Hey, welcome back to Tony's Auto Works and Off-Road. Today we are going to be working on the newest vehicle to the YouTube channel. This is my new 2017 Toyota Tacoma. We are going to be installing a bed rack. It's rack height, and Sherpa also makes a roof rack that will match up to this bed rack, and eventually I will do that. However, I will be mounting a tent on here because I have an off-road event to do next month. But I got this rack sponsored by SRQ Fabrications and car sponsors. I'd like to thank them for helping me get this done as soon as possible. SRQ is quick about their shipping, and they're great with their customer service. I highly recommend them. I've worked with them a few times. But I'm going to show you what tools you're going to need to install this bed rack, and I believe I will also include mounting the tent to this rack, just so you can see how you do it if you need to mount a tent as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to see right here these channels along the side of the bed here, and there's little caps that you just can pull right out, unless you got this someone installed an LED bar in here that has little battery packs, which is kind of nice because that means they're not hardwired in. But this is where you mount a lot of stuff. It had little clips with bolts that would hold that tonneau cover in here. We're going to see if we need to use these mounting channels to install this bed rack, and we'll go from there. So this is everything that comes in the package when you get your box. You got these little silver slides. Slide blocks. They go inside the sliding ridge there, like I was showing you earlier. Now these are going to be what you're going to be mounting to those sliding ridges, and they're going to mount at the bottom of your, these are your uprights. These are going to be your cross pieces that go from these two across. And then of course, if you're mounting a tent, you're going to have these crossbars. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to mount those in a second. Get a big old bag of hardware. You get some Loctite and some silicone, and you get about 6 of these. And then of course, if you want to mount an antenna or a WeBoost, they've got mounts for that. And they also have mounts for Rotopax cans if you want to do that as well. So you get 2 of these, 2 of the uprights. 4 of the uprights, I'm sorry, and 2 of the crossbars, and then you've got these side pieces here that have little indentions in here. They're pretty cool. This is where the crossbars are going to mount if you mount a tent, which I will be. So let's go ahead and start with the uprights. We're going to bolt this to the bottom of this upright, and I'm going to get the camera closer to show you exactly how we do that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to slide 2 of these pieces that I showed you earlier. They're the chrome pieces that come in a single bag. And slide them into this channel. And you should only need 2 per side. Now make sure that you pay attention to the orientation of this lower bracket here. It's going to slide into the bottom of the upright, and the holes line up really nicely. You'll take these carriage bolts and some washers and a nut. And these carriage bolts, something to keep in mind, they do have a square piece here, and they fit right into the square hole. So that's nice. Makes it a lot easier. These nuts for the inside of the uprights are going to be a 1/2 inch. You can use a 13 if you don't have a 1/2 inch laying around, but it's a little bit loose. So, you know, grab yourself a 1/2 inch if you can. You might even be able to get a ratchet and a socket in here. Make sure these are nice and tight. you're gonna see that I've got you've got in your bag of hardware, you get these silver bolts as well with matching washers, and that is what we're going to use to mount the upright with the lower bracket to these sliding in pieces. So let's go ahead and do that. Now these bolts up here are going to be 9/16, but we're going to want to leave them a little bit loose so we can slide this around to figure out where exactly we're going to need the crossbars to go. So let's go ahead and finish up putting all the uprights on. Now you're going to see that you have two different sizes or styles of crossbars here. You're going to be using all four of these, obviously, but these more narrow ones that have the slants in the side, they're going to mount from left to right. And then these ones are going to mount on the outside of the uprights. So let's go ahead and install our cross pieces here, the narrow ones. Now for the center piece here, this the crossbar piece, it'd be helpful to have a friend with you because you got to slide this piece in here inside both brackets. Then you're going to have 8 bolts per side. Let me grab a couple of them, Dave. Now, this is why I told you to leave everything loose on here, because we're going to have to slide these around to match up these sidebars to make sure that they fit on there correctly.
Am I going to be YouTube famous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we got the uprights spaced out correctly, go ahead and take those same carriage bolts and find the correct spot on the side of the rack where you want it. And then, same deal. Now once you get everything tightened down on the uprights with the crossbars, that thing is solid. So we've got these pieces on. Now we're going to get our upper we've got some bars that go across here and that kind of sit right in this channel. You'll use those, if you got them, to mount your crossbars for your tent, if that's what you end up doing with this rack. So we're going to go ahead and get those on here. And when you mount the crossbars, they've got smaller screws, and I'll show you that here in a second. Here, I kind of just mounted this up here, but these actually mount on this side here. And you'll put 2 bolts in each side to hold this side piece on. And these are the smaller screws and washers to match, with nuts to match, that I was talking about earlier. And it's going to be a 4mm or size 4 Allen wrench. You can use a bit with a ratchet or whatever you want to do, but these are what you're going to use for those. Now these smaller nuts that hold on these side pieces are going to be a 7/16, and so you'll take your 4mm Allen, and I guess you could probably, well, can't really get the closed end in there, so I guess at this point a ratchet with a Allen bit would be very helpful. So now that we've gotten the rest of the rack tightened down, we're going to install our crossbars that you'll mount a tent to or whatever else you're going to use. They give Sherpa does give you 5 crossbars, so I'm thinking that I'll probably put 2 or 3 in the center, and then 1 in the back over here, and then 1 in the front for their good strength and integrity, depending on what you're going to be carrying up here. So we're going to get these all installed and then hopefully get our tent on here. Now that you got your rack all installed, if you got some accessories like the signal booster mount or the Rotopax mount, it's going to come with screws and some of those slider nuts just like this, and you can mount them on this side, you can mount them on that side, it doesn't really matter. There are 2 bolt holes for the signal booster here. However, I want to be able to still go through a car wash or something, so I'm going to end up probably drilling some holes for the signal booster down here. That sets it about like right here. I know you can't see where my hand is, but it's about 4 inches above the top of the rack, and it'll also leave just enough clearance for my tent, which is 50 inches wide, which I'm going to have about 1 inch of hangover on both sides. So that will be for the WeBoost, and then I also got a Rotopax that's going to mount just the same way, so you can watch me as I install these. Now, the last little piece that you'll put on is you get a little badge here. You get a black one, then a stainless steel background. So you could spray paint this the color of your vehicle, or you can just keep the stainless. You mount it here, you can mount it up here, wherever you want, but it does have the square opening, so you'll end up using one of these carriage bolts along with the washers and the nuts, and that's about it. That was my install of the Sherpa PAK system bed rack for the 2017 Tacoma. This is the newest build to the channel. We'll be doing a lot more with this, so stay tuned. Make sure to hit that subscribe and like button, and check out my other videos. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.